What's up, everybody? Man them and gal them. This is your host, Lamine. Obviously, if you press on this video, you bozo. You came for the cologne review. It was in the title. So, I'm gonna show you, in my opinion, one of the best colognes of Parfums de Marly Layton.
What?
So, if you're not aware, this cologne is made from a perfumer called Yusuf Bhai. And Yusuf Bhai is a perfumer out in the UAE. I'm just giving you a summary. You can watch the video, it's going to be in the description. It's a mini documentary of a man who is known to be able to clone any fragrance in the world. After I heard that, I was like, damn, I need to try one of his fragrances, right? But the problem is, I don't live in Dubai, obviously. From the way I speak, you can kind of guess where I'm from. Anyways, so I thought, you know what, one day maybe I'll go to Dubai and then I'll try his fragrances there. However, look at my background. Does it look like I got money? I don't got no money. And if you came in this video, you probably broke ass just like me. So, what did I do? I found his website, and on his website, he sells his fragrances. And if you didn't know, his fragrances are pretty well priced. The only problem is, you need to pay for that custom charge out here in North America. Don't leak my address or nothing. I'm gonna just give you a hint. I live in North America, period.
Don't care.
So, after doing that, I went ahead and copped some of his fragrances to try out. Because unfortunately, on this platform, on the internet, there's no reviews of his fragrances. There's only people that went to his shop and tried it there in their documentaries. I can't tell if these people are being genuine or paid to, make an ad for the man. So I decided to take the risk with my little pocket change money I have to purchase one of his fragrances and make a review for you guys. As a consumer, we need other people just like us to review products for us so we don't get scammed and lose our money, right? So there you go. This is why I'm going to make you guys a review of Yusuf Bhai's fragrances.
So right here is just a video of my first impressions and unboxing when I first received the perfumes. So here you go, here's a look at the box. As you can see, it's a red box. Came a little bit damaged, but you see the logo, Yusuf Bhai's name, probably badge codes, all the information and all of that stuff. So that's the unboxing. And also here's a little look at the bottle. There was like bubble wrap on it and stuff to keep it protected, which is pretty nice as well.
So, Layton, this is the bottle that comes from Yusuf Bhai's company. As you can see, it's glass, has these ribbed lines on them, right? It has the badge right here of his brand, Yusuf Bhai. You can see on the side right here, it says Layton. Hopefully it focuses. So it has a nice metal atomizer. The cap is pretty alright, like it's loose, it's not magnetic, nothing special, as you can see.
The fuck?
The fuck?
Damn, hopefully I don't break this thing. But anyways, enough of this talk about the freaking fragrance, right? I mean the bottle. Let's talk about the actual juice inside. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. I mean a lot of it. I've had this for basically a year. And if you think that I did not use this, you must be crazy. I use this a lot. Let me be honest, look at the juice. So as you can see, the color of the juice is blue. And now, I'm gonna tell you the most important thing about the bottle, which is the atomizer. This atomizer, let me tell you, this atomizer is good. When you use this atomizer sprays like, like mist. It really sprays. This atomizer is good. Let me tell you that. It's sometimes hit or miss. Like the button don't always function that well, but when it does, it's a great atomizer. I would say it's a pressurized atomizer. So that's definitely a plus for Yusuf Bhai's fragrances. Now down to the smell. I'm not gonna just do an ordinary review and say, oh yeah, this fragrance is good, you should get it, it's a closed clone. Nah, your boy didn't come to play. I came to show you the truth about this fragrance. Does it really smell like Parfums de Marly Layton? You're about to find out. Not only did I go out of my way to buy this fragrance from the UAE for you guys, I bought a sample of the real deal to compare it with this. as you can see right here, this little vial right here says what? It says Layton. Let me switch it right there for you, Layton. Hopefully it focuses. And right here, Parfums de Marly. Parfum de Marly. Let me say it in French because I speak it. I ain't gonna do it like them other reviewers and butcher their names all the time.
Oh, scary! Oh, shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
If I can say it, I'm gonna say it properly. Anyways, as you can see, this is a sample of the real deal. So I'm gonna spray the real deal on my left hand, and then the one from the boy, the king, the legend, Yusuf Bhai, on my right hand. So you guys can see my first hand reaction, and then I'll tell you how close it is.
You are not the Dragon Warrior. You will never be the Dragon Warrior.
I ain't gonna tell you none of the notes, you lazy bums. You came to look for a clone review. That means you know how the real one smells like. So I'm not gonna tell you about none of the reviews. I mean, what reviews?
What? Oh my goodness, God.
I won't tell you anything about the notes. Go to Fragrantica. It takes 20 seconds. You lazy bum. Anyways, the real deal, I'm gonna spray it on my left hand, as y'all can see right now. You see? Damn. Yeah, this spray is horrible. But you can see I sprayed the real deal. Okay, I can smell the opening. Smells interesting. I already start to get a bit of it drying down. But I don't know, these niche fragrances have this type of beginning, opening. When you put the spray on you, it's not so alcohol-y, but it's like there's something, maybe some type of vetiver or something, but it smells very high quality. It smells very high quality. Now, Yusuf Bhai's Layton, you will see for yourself. You see that? Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that. But just wait. Look at how much is sprayed on my hand. Look at that sample. As you can see, the sample's small. And this one is bigger. So from the top, when I smell the opening of the real deal's opening is a bit more harsh. It's a bit more bitter. While the Yusuf Bhai one is lighter. Less of an alcohol blast to it. You can tell that there's a big similarity to the real deal. You can get that lavender in the forefront. You can get a bit of the vanilla. I think there's a bit of vetiver, but I'm not too sure in the real one. But I can tell from the beginning, it's a bit darker, the real one compared to the Yusuf Bhai version. But as the real one dries down, you start to see a better resemblance to the Yusuf Bhai one. From my experience wearing it for basically a year, I can tell you that the Yusuf Bhai one is a bit sweeter than the original, especially when you first spray it on. But as soon as the original finally dries down, that's when you see that it ends up being 95 to 99% the same. And if I'm quite honest, the Yusuf Bhai one, the clone, actually projects way more and it stays longer. The original's already starting to die down on my skin, which is pretty crazy. For a fragrance that costs like what, $400? That's kind of underwhelming. Yeah, so they're starting to smell basically the same. There's like maybe a 0.5% to 0.1% difference in these fragrances. I would say closer to 5% because the Yusuf Bhai one is a tad bit sweeter. However, it also lasts longer and costs way cheaper. And all of their fragrances are in dinars, not in dollar or whatever. So you're gonna have to do that exchange on the internet. You can do it on Google if you want to see the prices. So now on the real one, as it dries down, you get more of the vanilla. There might be tonka bean, I don't really know, but it's Layton. It's the real deal on my left hand. So it has a bit of, it has that lavender soapiness-ish and a bit of powderiness with the vanilla that everybody loves about it, obviously Layton. And then when you get to the Yusuf Bhai one, there's more lavender and vanilla. It's just Layton, but even stronger and sweeter. And if I'm quite honest, like without putting in prices, all of that, if I'm just basing it off of the smells, I rather get the Yusuf Bhai one compared to the Layton. So let me reiterate, I honestly prefer the smell of Yusuf Bhai's rather than the Layton, because the Yusuf Bhai one comes off a bit stronger to me, lasts longer, and it's a bit sweeter. And I like that. I want my fragrances to last, you know. You don't want to buy a fragrance for $400 and it stays only for 4, 5, 6 hours. I want it to last. And this lasts 8 hours on my skin all the time, consistently. And then after that, it becomes a skin scent. And it has good 2 to 3 hour projection. Not too loud, but it has a 2 feet projection. The sillage, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours max if you really put more sprays into it. But it's not a room filler, obviously, but it's amazing. The quality of this is just really good for the price. I can tell that the original is a bit darker. And you can tell a bit, but I would say that this one, the ingredients, you can definitely tell that it's a bit more expensive. But people are not gonna smell your hand or your scent from that close. Unless, you know, you're going and you're doing them dirty things. If you're just outside, out and about, people will smell this one more because this one actually projects. This one's a bit too much on the skin. It's not really that much projection. You can tell, at least for me, when I try to see what projection is like on a fragrance, if I can smell it from here, I know it has good projection. This is very weak from here. I can barely smell it. Now I start to smell it. But with this one, for this, the Layton from Mr. Yusuf Bhai, I can already smell it from this length, like strong. And when I get to my nose, then it's like, whoa. So it performs. It does the job. My final verdict. Do I recommend you to buy Yusuf Bhai's Layton? 100% definitely. As you can tell from the title, I am labeling this the best clone. I don't know about other clones out there, but this is literally 90% similar to the original. The only difference being that this comes off stronger and a little bit sweeter in the opening. But as soon as this dries down, the original obviously, it becomes exactly the same as this. So if you want to know exactly how this will smell like, think about Layton's dry down, or the mid to dry down, and this is that from beginning to end. It does change a little bit obviously, but this is basically the dry down of Layton. You don't get none of that opening that's kind of like, you know when you spray a fragrance for the first time and you get that opening and it's just a bit of alcohol stuff? Basically, you won't get that from this. You get it less harsh. You get prices later, it's on the website, mid to dry down. You get that straight off the bat, mostly. It is harsher like all perfumes when you first spray it, but I would definitely say that this one's opening rather than this one because it's a bit harsher. But when it comes to quality, obviously the original wins. You can smell the richer ingredients, you can smell the craftsmanship when it changes, you know, the smoothness from the opening to the mid to the dry down. This also has good craftsmanship, artistic. However, you can tell that the ingredients in this is not as expensive as this. But smell wise, I like the scent of this better than this, even though this is a clone of this. Or as Yusuf Bhai says, not a clone, he says smell alike. Because when you see his fragrances and you smell them, they're never 100% the same because he kind of makes his own touches and adjustments to it to make it quite better. And I would say, after buying more than one of his products, I definitely think the word smell alike is a perfect description for his fragrances because they really do smell alike, but not 100% the same because he changes some tweaks, and in my opinion, those tweaks usually end up being better than the original. But that's my personal opinion. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below if you have ever smelled this one from the guy, or if you had any other fragrances from Yusuf Bhai. If you have, let me know, and let me know which ones you'd like me to try out next, because I might buy more of his if you guys really like the video And if you guys also share it, because the likes tells me if you enjoy the video or not. Don't be a hater, don't be a bum. God watching you guys. Don't hate on a youngin'. Let me shine too, man. Let me do something for you guys.
Niggas hate on us. You hate on a nigga. I don't understand why you hate on me, nigga.
We don't understand.
Show love, nigga. It don't show nothing. It don't cost nothing to show a nigga love.
Are we doing this getting money?
Show a nigga some love, nigga.
Wabbity dabbity.
Niggas out here don't love me, nigga.
They don't look.
I spend my little money to help you guys know which is good and which is not good. And this is definitely a win. And I have a teaser for you guys. If you guys get at least 100 likes, I'll review another one of his fragrances. And this is also a big banger that people really love. None other than Dior Homme Intense. As you can see, it says Homme Intense. So if you guys can get at least 100 likes, share it, comment, all of that, I will review Yusuf Bhai's take on Dior Homme Intense. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna give you no thoughts, but just make sure you share the hell out of it so I can come with another review from Yusuf Bhai's collection. This is not the only fragrance I got from him, by the way. I also got Chanel No. 5. I might talk about it, but it was a gift from my mom. So if you guys want a review of Dior Homme Intense, Yusuf Bhai, which I've also worn a lot, as you can see. That's all I have to say about it.